Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Shahrzad Jalali, clinical psychologist, and today we're talking about why the most influential people never try to look very impressive. Most people think influence comes from being very impressive, so they try to sound smarter, speak more clear, control every detail of how they come across. But something interesting happens when you do that too much. People don't trust you anymore. They actually start holding back because the moment someone looks too perfect, the brain quietly starts doing something else. It starts scanning for what's missing, not very consciously, but automatically. What are they hiding? Is this real? Why does this feel slightly constructed? And the more polished a person becomes, the more mental effort it takes to stay engaged with them. That's where influence begins to drop. Now, here's the counterintuitive part. People with real authority don't remove all imperfections. They allow small ones to exist. A short pause before answering, a moment of not rushing to fill the silence necessary, a detail they don't over-explain, a sentence they leave slightly unfinished. And what happens is very subtle. The other person relaxes. Suddenly, there's nothing to decode, no hidden performance to track, no pressure to interpret, just clarity. And clarity feels like safety. There's another layer to this. And when someone speaks in a perfectly controlled way, it creates a cognitive load. The listener is constantly trying to interpret. Is this rehearsed? What is the intention here? What am I supposed to think of this? That mental effort quietly turns into a form of disengagement. But when someone speaks very naturally with small imperfections here or there, the brain stops analyzing and starts following. That's where influence shifts because they become easier to trust. Now, here's the behavioral shift. If you want to change how people respond to you, first, stop refining every sentence. Say it once, then leave it. Second, don't rush to fill the silence. Let the pause exist. Third, don't correct small, harmless imperfections in real time. Let them pass. And fourth, delay your response slightly in conversations. Responsiveness is often mistaken for low priority. And finally, stop trying to complete how you are perceived. You don't need to close every impression. You don't need to resolve every ambiguity. Because people don't bond with perfect clarity. They bond with subtle uncertainty. And the paradox is simple. The more you try to look impressive, the more distance you create. But the more you allow controlled humanity, the more influence you actually gain. The more you become easier to trust without effort. And that is what people actually follow.